So I've been dealing with anything that causes you guys grief for 30 years here on the radio. And if we find something that gives you grief, we try to help you with it. If term life insurance is the way to go, we try to find a term insurance provider for you. If getting a high quality real estate agent is a good thing, we try to do that for you. We do not endorse things on this show unless we believe in them. I don't put my name or my voice on something merely for money. And the most successful endorsements that we've done on this show are things that have to do with a problem you have, and we connect you with someone that is an advertiser to solve that. One of the biggest problems we've run into over the years is people that are stuck in timeshares. You can't give them away. Nobody wants them. You can't sell them even for $1 because nobody wants to take over your fees and your increased fees and all the hassles and all the screw-ups that we've been hearing about this entire hour. So many years ago, a couple of young guys started a company called Timeshare Exit Team, and they were advertising on a small radio station or two here or there, and they got in touch with us and said, we want to come on the Dave Ramsey Show because you hate timeshares as much as we do, and we have a way to get people out of timeshares. We have a legal process with a team of lawyers to bust up into these guys and to get them out. And so we said, all right, let's do that. However, you guys are small operators, and you need to understand when we tell people to come to you, you're going to get a bunch of business, and you're going to have to get your business act together. To say that their business exploded when I came on the air and told people Timeshare Exit Team will get you out is an understatement. Their business skyrocketed over the next few years, resulting in them getting more than 20,000, almost 25,000 people out of their timeshares. But the problem was they were so successful that two things happened. One is they're two young guys running a business, and it's hard to scale a business that fast, and they got where they weren't returning calls that great, so we're jumping on them because we're hearing complaints because timeshare won't call us back from the customer. That's not okay, and it was just because of sheer volume of business. The second thing that happened was that they were so successful that the timeshare companies, they were feeling the pain. It was hurting them. And so Mike Flasky, the CEO of Diamond, which has just recently been bought by Hilton, Wyndham, Mike Flasky stands up in front of the ARDA and says, I'm going to commit $1 million to putting timeshare exit companies out of business. Anyone who comes at us to make us let our customers go that we're screwing, we're going to put them out of business. We're going to do it with legal fees. We're going to do it with PR and publicity. We're hiring a publicity firm. We're going to put a team of lawyers on this. And he teamed up with Wyndham, and he teamed up with Blue Green, and Diamond did, and Marriott, and whoever else they could get, Westgate, whoever else they could get on the list. And they decided to go after these lawyers and different companies that were running people out of timeshares. And they've gotten bad stories written about people, including they're going after me now. They've gotten the Attorney General in the state of Washington to try to prove that there was something false going on, and there wasn't. And Timeshare Exit Team, although hugely successful over the years, has legal fees in the millions and millions of dollars now trying to defend themselves against this company, and they're running out of money. And so they had to pull off of our show. They couldn't afford to advertise anymore. They run them out of business. They're running them out of business. They're not out of business yet, but they're having to defend themselves against the Attorney General of the state of Washington. They're having to defend themselves against a massive set of lawsuits brought time and time and time and time again. And all they have done is get people out of timeshares. That's all they've done. And so that's why you don't hear them on the air here anymore. And then Inside Edition shows up and ambushes me for an interview and wants to know why I endorse Timeshare Exit Team, Lisa Guerrera and Charlie. Well, Lisa Guerrera and Charlie, even though I didn't grant you an interview in your ambush in the lobby of the Omni at the Dallas, that was so low class, you two. You ought to know better than that. You don't think I'm going to come back and put 22 million people on notice how scummy you are at Inside Edition? That was so low class. So I'll answer your question. Why did I endorse Timeshare Exit Team? Because they were doing the right thing and getting people out of timeshares after companies like Mikey's had screwed them. That's why I endorsed that company, and I did it with great pride. And they got over 20,000 people out of their timeshares before the legal fees and the bogus stuff from bogus government officials. I wonder how much he was paid. Wow. How much were you paid, Lisa? How much was Inside Edition paid by the timeshare companies? How much did they pay you? I didn't know you could buy a story on Inside Edition. I didn't think you all were that. I knew you were tabloid, but I didn't know you were that low. Or are you just so dumb that you didn't understand you were on the wrong side of this argument on the basis of the consumer? So this is why timeshare is not on the air anymore. Timeshare exit team. But guess who's still on the air? Me. Me. And I'm sitting in a $300 million paid-for building. Neck deep in cash, you jerks. Bring it. Bring it, Mikey. Bring it. You have done poked the wrong bear. You done pissed off the wrong hillbilly. You have messed with me enough that I am coming after you, bozos, and I'm going to make a hobby out of you guys. And you don't understand how hillbillies work. We fight generationally. Ask the Hatfields and McCoys. They don't even remember why they're fighting, and they're still fighting. So, Diamond Resorts, Hilton, you made a huge mistake investing in Diamond, because I'm about to destroy your freaking investment if I have anything to do with it at all. I'm going to tell millions, tens of millions of people over and over and over and over again how bad Mike Flaschke is as a CEO, how scummy he is, and how these companies absolutely are screwing the consumer over and over and over and over and over again. If any of you Dave Ramsey listeners go into a Diamond presentation after hearing this, I got to call you stupid. If any of you Dave Ramsey listeners go into a Westgate presentation after hearing this and you walk into the tiger's cage in order to get a free pass to the zoo and pet the tiger, hoping the tiger won't eat you, you're stupid. Well, I'm getting a free hotel. Buy your own hotel. Buy your own hotel. Did you hear the guy called in the first segment? $22,000 he invested and used the thing 6 times. That's a nice hotel. Where are you staying? My God, the Four Seasons in Paris, France? I mean, you can rent out the dadgum. Come on, people. Think. Think. Don't be stupid rednecks and fall for these people. Don't be stupid. These companies are straight up evil. They are sucking the lifeblood out of America's families, and we have got to stop them from doing it. And the only way to stop them is not legally. They got too much power because they're buying off lawyers or running lawyers. You heard that guy? They're running lawyers out of business. Unbelievable. The guy's having to shut down his legal practice because he's overwhelmed with court costs and legal fees to protect himself because he was acting as an attorney to get people out. 15 cases that guy's got right now, and that's just one guy. You know how hard it was for us to find him? We found him in 24 hours, Lisa. It wasn't hard to do a little investigative reporting and actually find out what's really going on in this industry. If you were a real reporter, oh my gosh, this is not hard, you guys. This is not hard. When something feels slimy, you know why? 'Cause it's slimy. So, Diamond, Westgate, Wyndham, Marriott, Blue Green. Who am I leaving out here? I don't want to leave anybody out. Just let you guys know, you've been hassling my butt for 2 years behind the scenes, and we just made it public. Game on, boys. Game on.